Welcome to part three of the Quantum Manifesting series. This is for you if you have proved that manifestation works because you have manifested a level of success, but it's been inconsistent or you've been in feast or famine. Well, that's because you didn't fully embody or integrate the identity of your higher self. And today I'm going to show you how embodiment closes the loop in quantum creation so your manifestations not only land, but they last. This is where sustainability in manifesting happens and mastery also happens. If you're new to my world, I'm Sonia Lopez, energy leadership manifestation coach. I have healed from 5 autoimmune conditions, built a six-figure business part-time, paid off homes, and manifested so much abundance in my life, not because I learned about the quantum field, but because I embodied the version of me who already had created these manifestations. And that's what I want to teach you today. So, in the first part of this series, we talked about, you learned what the quantum field is, the infinite library of possibilities where everything already exists. In part two of this series, we dove into congruence and coherence. This is the alignment and clear signal that makes your desires magnetic. And now in part three, we're going to close the loop with embodiment. And this is probably one of the most important parts of this series. You're going to learn how to actually become the version of you who lives the reality. So it integrates in your nervous system, your identity, and your everyday life. Again, this is so you become a manifesting master and you really, really start to embody the identity of your higher self. And you are going to have a lot more confidence and a lot more self belief that you can co create anything you desire. So, here's what we're going to cover today: why embodiment matters for sustainable manifestation. Again, this is for you if you want sustainability. How quantum creation collapses time through identity. And you're going to learn my triple A method, which is part of my quantum manifesting method, and the 3 steps to live as the master version of yourself. So, again, just a little reminder that manifestation isn't about getting, it's about becoming. So it's I know it doesn't sound sexy, but it is part of the journey. And the more you become embodied, the more magnetic you become, and you manifest even limitless manifestations. Without embodiment, results feel fleeting because you can journal, visualize, or even receive the manifestation, but your subconscious identity doesn't feel safe holding it, so it slips away. You've probably heard of people who win the lottery and then burn through the money in no time. Well, this is because their threshold, their receiving and holding threshold, has not expanded. And this is why embodiment is so important. Embodiment is where your new receiving threshold is integrated. It's when your nervous system believes and actions accept your new reality as normal. And again, this is where your threshold expands. And at each level in your manifestation journey, that's going to be required. That's why this practice you can practice all the time. So I want you to think of it as like installing a new software. You can download the program, but if you never run it, it just sits there. Embodiment is running the program until it becomes your operating system. It's like you're imprinting the subconscious, the old subconscious, with the new beliefs of your new reality. So instead of affirming abundance while secretly living in scarcity, you're upgrading your daily choices, body language, and energy so abundance feels like your baseline. It becomes your baseline. You no longer have to look for the outside to feel really good and abundant on the inside. In the quantum field, all realities already exist. So collapsing time is when you pull the desired reality into the moment by embodying it before it arrives. So when you act, think, and feel from your future identity or your higher self, your nervous system rewires and imprints, and your external reality then catches up. This is when you become really magnetic because you're becoming an energetic match to your desires. So I want you to think of it as like an example I like to give is It's like you're putting on the jersey of the team you want to play for. And you start training and moving and thinking like them before the contract is even signed. Eventually, you're drafted because you've already become the player. You've already had embodying the identity of the player. So let's say you want a six-figure business. You want to be a six-figure business owner. Embody her today. How does she structure her day? How does she invest in herself? How does she handle her fears and doubts? When you master this, you collapse the gap by living like her now. A lot of it is action required. So this is my framework for embodiment. It's the AAA method. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to alchemize. You're going to identify and transmute distortions, limiting beliefs, fears, and you can do this by journaling out scarcity beliefs or flipping them in real time. I like to flip them in real time. The other way you can do this is by looking for proof of possibility. So whatever you have a fear around or a doubt around, you're going to alchemize it by shifting it to something positive and looking for proof that it's possible. The second step is you're going to activate. You're going to step into the new frequency through elevated emotion. And you can practice this through gratitude, visualization, future self meditations help with this, but truly by taking actions as your higher self. What is the action that you would take if you were already one of the most powerful people? This activates your magnetism. You can start with small action steps that aren't super scary. And the third one is to anchor. You're going to ground into the body and your daily reality. You can do this by taking aligned action, regulating your nervous system, making choices that match your higher self. I particularly love celebrating wins and putting myself in environments that help me feel like the future version of myself. So, if one of your desires is more financial abundance, what environments make you feel more financially abundant? So, let's say you desire financial overflow. You would alchemize any money stories that you have, such as money only comes with struggle. You would alchemize that story and flip it to something that is positive and more empowering. You would then activate by feeling gratitude for the overflow you have now and looking for where in your life you have overflow. Because remember, the brain wants to focus on what's not there yet. And then you would anchor it by investing in support or saying yes to opportunities that expand you, whatever it is for you that's going to help you take that action as the higher version of yourself without completely, by stretching you, but not completely breaking the nervous system. So remember, you're not playing with the field, you're playing it as the field. Quantum creation is about living as the version of you who already exists in the parallel reality of your desires, collapsing time and anchoring into the present moment. That is the mark of mastery. And this is a practice. I always say manifesting is a practice. So I want to know from you which part of the AAA method you feel called to practice first. Are you going to alchemize? Are you going to activate? Or are you going to anchor? Drop it in the comments and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more trainings and quantum mastery tools that I drop in here. And until the next video, stay magnetic.